The world of cricket during lockdown has changed a lot, as you have seen happening in other sport. But now, as a fan of the game, as a producer of some good cricket shows, having interacted with a lot of very good players in the past, what intrigues me is the saliva ban. Now, the ICC, although they are saying it's a temporary issue, they have enforced the saliva ban, which means that the bowler will not be able to use saliva on the ball any longer. What are the repercussions? The repercussions are that the ball will stop reverse swinging, and a lot of senior players and bowlers have spoken about this, including Waqar Yunus, including some of the big guns like Wasim Akram and our Indian bowlers too, who have said that the way a ball is maintained is that you keep one side scruffed up, let it deteriorate, and the other side is kept shining by the use of saliva. And as the ball gets older, it starts reverse swinging. A big gun like Inzamam ul Haq, former Pakistan captain, a legendary batsman, a legend of the game, has put out his point of view on his YouTube channel, and he says very eloquently that when you're talking about the saliva ban, why enforce it only on the cricket ball? How do you maintain distancing in the slip cordon? Can you maintain that kind of distancing which the COVID parameters are talking about? It's not going to happen. What do you do when a fast bowler gets a wicket, or a spin bowler, any bowler gets a wicket, gets very excited, rushes towards the slip cordon? Are you going to stop that? Those are very interesting points to ponder about. And so his point is that why enforce a saliva ban even though it's temporary? Okay, Ishant Sharma, our own tall, fast bowler. Now, his point of view is that bowlers will have to get used to the new normal. Now, if the ICC decides to ban the use of saliva, then they will have to think of other things. Now, this is where someone like Greg Chappell comes in. The former India coach, highly controversial man, a great batsman, Aussie. Now, Greg Chappell's point of view is that this saliva ban will not have an impact on the bowlers. Why? Because according to him, they'll figure something out to scruff the ball. They'll probably use Vaseline from their sweatbands, and they'll find a way of always beating the system. Remember the famous John Lever incident in Delhi, where he ran through the side, and there were a lot of insinuations then. And if you look up that incident, it really annoyed the Indian side at that point in time. Matthew Hayden, the famous former Australian opener. Now, Matthew Hayden says this decision is strange. He feels testing players is the only sensible thing to do, and if they are virus free and they are playing on the field, they are traveling together, then why just have a saliva ban? It makes no sense at all to Matty Hayden. Our own Mohammad Shami says, we use sweat to make the ball heavier and softer, but reverse swing needs saliva. So he's making a very important point that you are, according to the ICC regulations as of now, saliva is banned, but sweat is not. But sweat is not going to do the job which saliva will to basically dress up a cricket ball to make it reverse swing. Now, if you ask me, I don't agree with the ICC suggestions at all. I have three reasons for it. Now, the first reason is that if the team is traveling together in a bus, if they are staying at a hotel, they are being checked on a daily basis for their temperature and all the other COVID tests which are coming into play. So what is the big deal? Why do you want to have a saliva ban which is already hitting the fast bowler? Already this is a game which is loaded in favor of the batsman. Second point is the ICC says that they will penalize a side after due warnings, of course. They'll give 5 runs against the offending side. Come on, already the situation is tough. You're talking about a closed door game being played. People will be only watching it on television, handheld devices, and players will be under some form of pressure in any case. Now, if you're penalizing them 5 runs for the use of saliva, which may happen by mistake inadvertently, it's not fair. And the third point is what some of the other players have already said. Now, this is a game which is already loaded in favor of the batsman. Look at the T20 game. I mean, players, young batsmen come and smash established bowlers all over the park, hitting 6 after 6. Even in Test cricket, there is a restriction on the number of bouncers. Now you want to bring in saliva ban. The ball is not going to reverse. Even a man like Sachin Tendulkar said, then probably have changed the ball every 50 overs. Give the bowlers some incentive, because otherwise it will become a very one-sided game. And the last point, which is a very important point, which has just come in a couple of days before. Australia will allow 10,000 spectators when India visits Australia for its series there. Now, they are saying that they'll be able to handle it. There'll be social distancing. Okay, fine. Now, if Australia does it, what will stop others from following? Now, that's a very important point to remember. And then it probably ends this concept of having cricket behind closed doors. All the bans will probably have very less or zero impact. And that is why I'm repeatedly saying, it's my point of view as a cricket fan, that don't bring in such bans. Look after your players well. Give them all the tests which are required and let the game go on.